Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. Our game tonight featuring the Miami Heat as they go up against the Philadelphia 76ers. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Good evening, guys. The Heat always have a lot of weapons. Jimmy Butler says you're playing with a bunch of guys that do better with the ball in their hands, but it's all about the matchups. Who's got the hot hand or who hasn't touched it in a while. But we really don't care who scores. As long as we win, we're all happy. Kevin?
Veteran team, and I agree with that approach. David, thanks. And with most of the season behind us, Clark, we've really gotten to know this rookie class well.
Well, Kevin, they won't be rookies much longer. But, yeah, it's always fun to see how these guys develop and grow during the course of a season. And some of these young fellas have shown us a ton of long-term promising potential.
Look at the 76ers starting group. On the block, it's Tucker next to Embiid. DeAnthony Melton out there with Harden. And it's Harris in at the 3 slot. And for the Heat, at the guard spot, Lowry and Hero. Caleb Martin out there with Butler. And it's Adebayo in at the center, filling out the middle. Now here's Embiid. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
He's just too big, too powerful, too skilled. Not worried about whoever's defending him at all.
Martin with it. He's against Tucker. Melton feeling it out a bit. Pass to Harden. Three-pointer. Miami grabs the miss.
And winning has become more consistent in Miami than ever. Jimmy Butler was acquired, made it all the way to the finals in his first year, and have steadily won games each season.
Hero, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Melton against Adebayo. Melton, no good. And with the Heat, GA, they've been a consistent force in the Eastern Conference.
Kevin, lots of talent up and down that roster, from stars like Butler and all the way down to the role players. This is just a solid team.
Now here is Lowry. Adebayo with the bucket.
This is how Adebayo typically gets his points. Off the roll, off the lob, or off the glass.
And the pass to Embiid. Launches it. Melton, no good. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia, where they were able to handle the 76ers.
Yeah, a really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
It sure did, and they got a lot of scoring from their bench, and I think that really was the crucial difference.
Now, here is Harden. After Tyler Hero's miss. For 3, Harris. Embiid. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I know it's a tall task, but you got to box out Embiid. It's really that simple, because if you don't, he's going to make you pay.
And Adebayo throws it down.
With strong athleticism, Adebayo can finish just about any lob with his large catch radius.
Harden the pass to Embiid. Over Adebayo. It's hauled in by Hero.
That's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit. Maybe lost concentration, too.
Pass to Butler. A miss that time would have put him up. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Melton finds Embiid. A fadeaway. Yes, that goes in. Embiid's got 6 points.
How about the soft touch from Embiid? Nice looking jump shot there.
Well, Greg, what can you say about Joel Embiid's growth from a leadership perspective? Pretty impressive, isn't it?
Tremendous, Kevin. Carrying the Sixers with everything they went through. Even though he came in second in MVP voting 2 years in a row, no player more important to his team than Joel Embiid.
Now, here's Tucker. after Tyler Hero's miss. Harden the pass to Harris. Off target with his three. The Heat have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Hero kicks to Butler. Banked in off the glass.
You know, there's a tenacity to Butler's approach that's really hard for the defense to match most times.
And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here. New group in for the Heat. Kevin Love's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Robinson comes in for Caleb Martin. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Tyler Hero. And Vincent subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Philadelphia's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Harrell dishes to McDaniels. Passes to Niang. With the fadeaway. Unable to get that one. Now the Heat take it the other way. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Absolutely, especially on the road when you need those guys off the bench to up the ante.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Harrell the pass to Maxey. Nice D from Oladipo.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Oladipo. 11 points for him in that last game against Philadelphia. That one misses. 76ers trailing. McDaniels kicks to Milton. 32 seconds left in the first quarter. Harrell setting the pick for Maxey. 6 on the shot clock. Over Robinson. And Harrell slams it down hard.
Very few guys throw it down with as much force as Harrell does. That's a dynamic play above the rim.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by your AT&T 5G Slam Cam. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Maxey against Oladipo. Love with the screen on Maxey. Here's Butler. They get a hand on it. So the first quarter ends Clark tie game in a low-scoring affair so far. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
Your Heat Youth Dance Team.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina, Falanos. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Well, it was the 76ers, their last game, a loss to the Heat.
Yeah, lots of sloppy play in that one. Several key miscues. They just couldn't overcome the mistakes.
Well, you know, you got to take care of the basketball. Hopefully, they learn from that game and are better going forward.
So on the floor for Philadelphia. On the block, it's Tucker next to Embiid. Harden out there with Maxey, and it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward.
Yeah, you know, you can't get overly physical with Harris because once you do, he turns it against you and uses it for his good.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Shooting 2.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And since Tobias Harris got his big contract with the Sixers, Greg, some say they chose him over Jimmy Butler.
And while Tobias is nice, he's never been an all-star. And that's one of the few downsides to a big payday. Some might say he's overpaid. I'm sure he'll take the trade-off.
And Harris drops them both. Greg, we know the league's cracking down on those dangerous plays that risk a player's health. Why was that less of a focus when you play?
That's a great question. I think it's smarter to approach the game this way. We don't want to have unnecessary injury because of guys maybe just taking it a little too far with the physicality.
4 on the shot clock. And here's Love for 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Now, here's Tucker. He's guarded by Love. Embiid kicks it to Tucker. That's good, and that's Embiid with the assist. Tucker's got the lead up to 5 now for the 76ers. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. Kicks it out to Love from outside the arc. And it's Strus missing. The 76ers leading by 5. Outside Maxey. Pass to Harris. Shoots over Strus. A nice shot by Harris.
Yeah, you know, Harris is an active player. I mean, he's smooth and he's skilled, but he's also a guy that's got some grit and grind to him as well and gets in there and keeps possessions alive.
Now here is Martin. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Holding with it. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Tries again. Martin with the block. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. Tries yet again. And Embiid finishes inside. And it's 8 points for Joel Embiid.
Man, nice to see how Embiid operates in the pick and roll. Knows how to set hard screen as well as where and when to roll.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Come on, fans. Let's give a huge mighty welcome to the Heat Breaker Dance Crew.
Tyler Hero, he's checked in for Kevin Love. Philadelphia also making some changes. Daniel House has checked in for Harris. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Maxey. Here is Lowry. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. The pass to Strus. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And that one's good. House. And now an 11-point 76ers lead.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Adebayo, and just miss after miss right now.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
They swipe it. Hero against Melton. Outside, Hero. To the paint. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
A different look for Miami. Butler, he's checked in for Caleb Martin. Duncan Robinson comes in for Max Strus. And Vincent subbed in for Kyle Lowry. McDaniels checked in for Philadelphia. Shake Milton comes in for James Harden. And the Heat call time here.
Okay, fans, time to get on your feet and make some noise for your Miami Heat dancers.
Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Bam Adebayo. The Heat trail by 11. Well, certainly, Clark, the 76ers the past few seasons have given their fans plenty to feel good about.
Yeah, and you know, those Philly fans are really hard to please. They have great expectations and knowledge to go along with it. But you're right. I mean, it's been much easier to look on the bright side in Philly recently. The talent and results have been trending up in recent years.
Now, McDaniels, after Tyler Hero's three-pointer that didn't go. Here's Embiid. Makes it off the glass. Embiid's got the lead up to 13 now for Philadelphia.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
To the middle. Here's Butler. Trying to get open is Adebayo. And it's Butler missing.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Now, Hero still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Adebayo the screen. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, he'll run through a wall to win, but sometimes Jimmy Butler can drive his coach up a wall. Despite that tendency, though, to embrace conflict, this guy is worth it.
That free throw good from Butler.
Butler's leadership the last few years has really been admirable. I mean, the guy simply wants to win, and he's willing to pay the price to do so.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Harrell comes in for Embiid, and it's George Niang in for Danuel House. And so Butler nails both of them.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Up top, Hero. He's guarded by Melton. Shoots a fader. Hero, no good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Pass to Milton. Harrell down low. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the 76ers lead by 15.
Yeah, the inside game of Harrell is very impressive. I mean, he does a nice job of finding seams and cracks to get his work done inside.
And so it's Philadelphia. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Joel, an early lead and a lot to like in the performance thus far. Would you agree?
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Good to have you with us. With the season in its latter portion, let's look at the Eastern Conference playoff race.
When I look at Miami, they've clearly taken a step back as a franchise. You hate to see that. But something isn't right with this team. I don't know if it's personnel, the coaching. They're going to have to make some changes in the offseason.
And now let's talk about the first half we just watched. A fantastic performance for the Philadelphia. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. The wing set for him, Hero and Butler. Adebayo is out there with Martin, and it's Lowry in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Stolen by Harden. And now the 76ers on the break. Passes it to Melton. Now here's Harden. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Embiid. It's hauled in by the Heat. Now Lowry. Up top, Adebayo. Guarded by Embiid. Hero. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. Hero's got the first points of the second half here for the Heat. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the 76ers. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. And that game will be game 2 of 5 out on the road. And of course, one of the league's longest tenured coaches, GA, is Eric Spoelstra. And he's having a Hall of Fame level career.
And you look at the ground he broke when he was first hired. Not only young, Spo was the first Asian American head coach in any of the 4 major North American sports league and worked his way up from video coordinator.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Harris's shot is off.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
The shot by Adebayo, no good. The 76ers leading by 12. In the corner, it's Harris. The tray. And the rebound goes to Martin.
Yeah, I tell you what, for him, this has been a game to forget. But somehow they still find themselves with the lead.
And Butler with the second chance points.
You know, Butler has a tough-mindedness to him. He's persistent, he's aggressive, doesn't give up on plays, and I think plays with great energy and activity.
Here's Embiid. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple.
And the first one drops.
When Joel Embiid entered the NBA, many questioned if he would be able to overcome the devastating injuries.
Well, you know, he didn't play his first 2 years in the league. Those questions were fair to ask. I mean, is this guy ever going to get on the court? But once he did, oh my, a monster. I've not seen a big guy do the stuff Joel Embiid can do. It's actually insane. Hey, there's no denying the direction in Philly. They want to win now. The Sixers have an attitude coming from their front office that they want to get it done now, and I like seeing that.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Tucker, the pass to Harden. 5 on the clock. Over Butler. Harden, that's good. Harden's got his first bucket of the night. And for the 76ers organization, the expectation is, of course, Clark, a championship.
And that's where the expectation should be when you have a potential MVP in Joel Embiid. I mean, he's been an MVP candidate multiple seasons in a row. I think the Sixers should be thinking tight.
Harris looking it over. Pass to Embiid. Harden outside. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Maxey, no good.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket for Martin.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And the 76ers call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for Miami. Gabe Vincent comes in for Kyle Lowry. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Harrell, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. George Niang comes in for P.J. Tucker. McDaniels checked in for Harris. And it's Shake Milton in for James Harden. The 76ers leading by 12. And here is Milton. No points in the game yet for him. Maxey with it. Started now by Kevin Love.
There aren't many players with a quicker first step than Tyrese Maxey.
And I love the way he uses it to his advantage, Greg. I mean, he's got an athletic advantage over most of the guys that are defending him, and he'll exploit it every chance he gets. But that quick first step and fearlessness, lethal combination.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And some added toughness on the roster. Something Philly knew they needed after last year's playoffs. The hope is adding scrappy veterans like P.J. Tucker and DeAnthony Melton will help them further this go-round.
Love outside. No good from outside.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
And there's the pass to Maxey. To the paint. 4 on the clock from past the arc. The 76ers again can't hit it. The Heat trail by 14. Pass to Vincent. Jacks up a 3. The Heat with a fresh 14. And there's the bucket from Victor Oladipo.
Boy, Oladipo has tremendous athleticism, and with his effort on the offensive glass, he keeps possessions alive for his team.
Milton the pass to McDaniels. Some solid defense from Robinson. He'd have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11 to the inside. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Up against Harrell. Love grabs the board. For Miami, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Here's Butler. He's got 11. A 3-ball. A shot missing. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Enzo Harden will bring it up for the 76ers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. So on the floor for Philadelphia. Harrison and Embiid are manning the post positions. Maxey out there with Harden, and it's McDaniels in at the small forward. Here's Harden. Miami grabs the miss.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Outside, Hero. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Maxey against Adebayo. Inside, Harris. Lays it up off the glass.
You know, you can't allow Harris to get comfortable there now, guys. I mean, once he gets the positioning he wants, you're toast.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Hero, no good.
And another miss. Woo, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Maxey passes to Harden. Adebayo against Embiid, and the jam by Harden.
You know, a feed like this shows you how well-rounded Joel Embiid's game is becoming and what a good teammate he is. He's not just looking for his own.
Adebayo finds Strus. Stolen by Harden. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. High post, Embiid. Shot clock at 6. Steps back and fires. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Now a timeout called by Miami. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Joel Embiid.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He showed leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. Strus kicks to Hero. Back to Strus. Maxey against Hero. Over Maxey. Again, the miss by the Heat. The 76ers leading by 16. Harden outside. Down low. Here's Embiid. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Adebayo against Embiid. They need this one. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And guys, I like what they're doing here in the second half, getting a lot of production in the paint and still trailing, but starting to show some grit down low.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Miami.
Bam Adebayo. If a player is fouled on a made basket as he goes to the free throw line, my call would sound like this. Now at the line, Jaylen Brown. 1.
Free throw good, Adebayo. And last season, Bam Adebayo said it was disrespectful that he wasn't named a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, no arguing here. He's definitely an elite defender. Second team all defense, 3 years running. Great toughness and versatility.
The Heat trail by 15. Outside, Hero. The rebound by Harden. For Philadelphia, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. That shot missing. Great D that time from Hero. Here's Butler. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And, you know, Butler thinks the game as well as he plays it. He's a smart player. I like how he uses the pump fake to draw the contact.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the 76ers.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
They've been pounding any miss on the glass and cashing in on the offensive boards. I've been impressed with that aspect of their game.
And the Heat making a change here. Love's checked in. Good on both. And it's the 76ers with the ball. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Maxey with the screen on Lowry. Harden bounce pass. Adebayo against Embiid. Back to Harden. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Tucker. 3-pointer. Rebound Love.
You know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Outside, Hero. And Love has it in the corner. And Adebayo throws it down.
And when you have a big man like Love, who really understands the offense and plays so unselfishly, it is a huge advantage.
Maxey passes to Harden. Now, here's Tucker. Embiid inside the line. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Adebayo on the follow.
And this is the level of intensity Adebayo brings. He's terrific at channeling that energy on the offensive glass. And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the 76ers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
and regaining their momentum against a team that had already beaten them once on the year. This win will make it one apiece to tie their best-of-3 season series against Miami.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Joel Embiid.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
Outside Hero. No good. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Joel, you took over offensively. What went into finding that rhythm?
I thought I got the shots that I wanted, and I played into the flow of the offense, and my teammates were fouling me, so I just knocked down some shots.
Well, they were smart to look for you, man, because you had it going on, man. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.